welcome to the Luz and Dolly Show. I'm Luz.
And I am Dolly.
And here we are. We are back with Dr. Jeannie and Robert. We were in a prior segment talking about situations in life that they've been through, the journey. And I know that there's a need to share more information regarding how she got from point A to point B, what gave her the excitement to get started, how she got started, where was she, did she knock on doors that did not open? So we'd love for you to share, if you can first share, Dr. Jeannie, who you are, what you do, and how this all began, and how you got yourself to that point.
My name is Dr. Jeannie Perkins. I'm a clinical audiologist, and that is somebody who tests hearing and does balance testing and whatnot. And I felt like there was something different about Robert at an early age. So when we started our journey, when he came home one day, he was 5 years old, and we had just lost our family dog, Petey. And he came home crying, saying, "Mommy, you're really smart. Can you tell me how to kill myself so I can be with Petey?" And that started our journey. So he's always had problems with learning. So as part of his schooling, we had developed what they call an individual education plan, an IEP, where reasonable accommodations are put in his plan that are followed by the school. And if you've ever had to put an IEP together, it can be a very daunting process because it's usually just you and 8 to 10 school personnel. So you really feel like you're outgunned, you're outmanned, you're out everything. And so it takes, I remember one particular IEP where I had brought in an evaluation trying to help the school give them ideas on how to help Robert learn. I had this evaluation done, and it was a long evaluation. It was 10 pages long, and I said, these are the things I want to incorporate in his IEP because they had some suggestions. And I was told that I'm the mother and that you're just lucky to be here, that we're the professionals. And I'm like, okay. I said, so first of all, I can be here because the law says I can be here. Okay, so you're not doing me any favors. So I said, so second, let's say I'm the mom. Okay, you're the professionals, that's fine. I said, I was sat here last year and you told me that Robert wasn't learning because he wasn't paying attention. Okay, now we have talked here and everybody here says he's paying attention and he's still struggling to learn. So why do you think that is? And they all sat there and they're like, well, we don't know. And I said, of course you don't know. That's why I had this evaluation done.
Good for you. Good for you.
To give you ideas, you know?
You must have felt empowered.
Yeah.
Having that conversation. I know, because I'm feeling this energy, and you felt empowered.
And you really have to be an advocate. Now, when I was at I worked at a hospital, and I started a parent support group for my hearing impaired parents. And I said, if you don't advocate for them, there's no one out there that will. You have to know what to ask for. You need to learn the lingo. And you have to be an advocate for them. And I said, and they're going to say things in there that are going to be mean things. They're going to say things about your child, and you have to keep yourself. Those are only words. And you have to stay focused on your goal.
May I ask you this? Was Robert able to attend those IEP meetings?
He was later on. Early on, no.
So in that particular one, when you really set your ground, was he there? Do you recall?
I think I was at the 5th grade IEP, though, my last 5th grade IEP.
No.
No.
Okay. So
you have to really be an advocate.
Of course.
I think that goes with everything. I think, even when you have a physical illness, whether it be diabetes or or cancer, you know, and you have a professional per se telling you this is what's going to happen, this is how we're going to do things. If there is that trigger, that red flag in your head that says, yeah, no, I don't think so, then you need to, you're in control of your body, and you need to make those decisions, especially for those whose voice cannot be heard.
It's not
At that
just
point.
At that point.
It's not just important to have someone that helps advocate, but it's also important for the person that's advocating for you to teach you how to advocate.
For yourself.
Because they're not always going to be there able to hold your hand your entire life. I mean, I've done a fair amount of advocating for myself at my college. And I've also done a fair amount of advocating for some of my peers, you know, who are new to the system and really don't know how the system works or played and how to get accommodations in play. And I actually I have a pamphlet that runs between 3 to 10 pages each semester, broken down into categories for people with, like, you know, whether it's vision, hearing,
Wait a minute.
learning.
So you prepared a pamphlet so that you can educate others.
I do that every semester at my high school.
You're
college.
amazing.
So that initiates, if you can see what's going on here, because she stood up to advocate for her son, he is able to be advocating not only for himself, but for others that also need it.
He's paying it forward.
He's
paying it forward. Oh, yeah, that's what really is truly about. That's genius. That's awesome. I have to ask you this, Dr. Jeannie, because I'm sitting here next to you, and I tell you, I am so honored to be next to you in your presence. I think that you're an amazing woman.
I knew you would be saying that.
I really, I'm like, I got the heebie-jeebies, you know, happening here, because I think you're amazing. Your inner strength. What did you do for yourself to be at peace and to continue fighting? Because I'm sure that this journey must have been incredibly emotionally draining and physically, you know, damaging even to you. And how have you been able to keep your composure? I mean, I know he's, you know, that cutie pie, you know, and sitting next to you. It's, of course, how could you not just fall in love with him and want to fight for him? But what did you do? What steps did you take even for self-care?
And a lot of people ask me that, and I said, I rely on my faith. I know that there's a reason. My faith tells me there's a reason that we were given Robert. My faith, I used to say, why me, why us? I found out the answer one night at a parent support group meeting at his residential school.
I think the answer should always be, though, why not? Why not you? Why not you? I mean, realistically, it's awesome. You're an educated woman. You're a loving mom. Why not you? Maybe you are the perfect person that had to have such an amazing man in your life, because you're so awesome that you were the one that was able to help him conquer all these hurdles.
There's a saying that says that faith is taking that first step without seeing the whole staircase.
Yeah, but for me, it's not just been family support. I've had the privilege and honor of meeting some great people, staff and students at my residential facility.
Like whom? You can share.
Especially Chris Silva, Michaela O'Kelly, and William Guma. They have been by my side since we met.
That's so awesome.
And we're not only there for me at the O school, but we're by my side during that whole hospital crisis I was going through. I mean, they were there for me every step of the way, as well as a lot of staff at the O school. It's not just important to have a family connection and family support. It's also important to have support from people that you know, trust, and care about, and that have been where you have been at.
And they've been in your footsteps, because they were also in residential. These are only things that other kids who are in residential can relate to, can understand being an outcast
As you're speaking
in society.
I get the chills. I'm like, I'm so moved.
I would love for you to share. I'm sorry.
Being in residential, people say, a lot of people, at least from what I've been told, are like, you know, it's just a place for you to get better. For me, it wasn't just a place for me to get better, but it created a second family for me. It's people that I knew had my back, people I knew that I could relate to. I mean, for me, yes, it was very hard to go there and go through a lot of stuff, but in the end, not only was it worth it for me, but I think a lot of other people as well.
And we changed the school while we were there.
We did.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
beautiful.
We
Can I
changed
ask
the
what?
school.
I'm sorry, Robert. I know I just want to keep asking. Robert, what would you like to say to your mother for always being there for you? What is that one thing that perhaps you have shared before, but why not share it in front of everyone?
It's not just for my mother, but my father and my brother as well. You guys have always been there for me. You have always had my back, and you continue to have my back. And I couldn't have asked for better parents or a better brother. I'm just so blessed to have each of you in my life.
That's beautiful.
And I wouldn't have made it this far without without any of you.
I'm melting. I'm so proud. I'm so excited. You're so precious.
Thank you,
and
thank you,
beautiful.
thank you for everyone that's watching to see and feel what it can be like when you just love and support and are advocate for each other, and just know that it goes so far, not just here, but he's helping others. So
Lucy, I want to
powerful,
thank you. I absolutely want to take 30 seconds here and thank you because, you know, she's such an amazing woman. And you and I have been friends for just over a couple years, and I love what we're doing here because of the messages that we're bringing to our audience. And I am so
Told you it was
grateful.
powerful.
But I'm so grateful to you, to your friendship, to bringing them and to recognizing the beauty that is behind this story. Anyway, thank you all so very much for joining us today. Till next time.
thank you.